sitting. I'll show you. Oh, you can't see. It says here sat and worshipped Clive Staples Lewis from 1898 to 1963.
That's not what he said here. Those are his birthdays.
Well, yeah.
Come this way.
I didn't bring my stuff.
Shrine here.
A shrine.
Mm-hmm. There's his picture in there. See, this is from Narnia.
Oh, it is from Narnia.
And here's a map of it.
Here's a map of Narnia.
And they have a stained glass window.
It's just a small little quaint church in a neighborhood oriented around a quarry. It's very pretty, very British.
Here's the Narnia window.
Narnia window. Oh, Aslan. There we go.
Creepy cheap down there.
Mm-hmm. As you can see, it's just a very simple church. Very small.
This is right nearby their house, which we're about to.
And that's his seat again. Mid-center to the right. Okay.
His brother also came here. They lived together. We are in Holy Trinity Church in Headington, which is a suburb of Oxford. We're in the churchyard. We've just come out of there, and now we're in the graves over here by Lou. C.S. Lewis's grave.
Don't be so happy about it.
Well, he's not there. It says, in loving memory of my brother, Clive Staples Lewis, born Belfast, 29th November, 1896.
1898.
1898. Died in this parish, 22nd November, 1963.
Men
must endure their going hence. His brother put this stone here and was also buried here himself. They lived together.
Hamilton Lewis. They had great names.
They were very close.
Yes.
They lived together many years.
As you can see, describe the cemetery.
Well, the cemetery is one of those that you will not find in anywhere in the United States, really. You've got headstones here dating back at least into the 19th century. And some of the ones that you can't read are probably back into the 1700s.
It's very pretty, not very well kept. It's overgrown with beautiful green grass and flowers.
I kind of like it that way.
Yeah, I do too. It's very peaceful and quiet. There's a rooster.
You are obsessed with that rooster.
Well, who has a rooster in the graveyard? Only in England. It's just very nice. It's lovely. I love England. It's beautiful. It has an unfading charm to it. Look at that. Ponies. See, a nice little brick building or wall leading into a pasture. It's just things like we don't have. Again, we're going in on it. Just ponies grazing in the pasture is all. And a horse. It's very lovely.
Hi, we're here in Oxford, England, at the Kilns, which is C.S. Lewis's house, or it was rather, and he lived here with his brother, Warren, and his wife, Joy, later in life, and that woman that he took care of, the Irish woman. And they do tours, but unfortunately we missed the tour, but we called and the woman is gracious enough to let us in just for one of the rooms. So there's a nature preserve all the way back here. They have a lake and a pond and walks that we just went on. It's really nice. And so now we're just enjoying his house.
You excited?
Yes.
Excited?
Yeah.
You saw the pond out there. We don't take any close-ups of these, please. They're all copyrighted and not by us. So,
Is it okay?
anything else in the house you can take pictures of.
Oh, okay, I understand.
Just no close-ups of the
Yeah,
photographs.
because they're copyrighted, obviously.
That's what it looked like. Here's the pond. You've been out there. This was taken from above the pond, looking down at the house. So here's the door that you just walked in right there. Here's the 2 brick kilns for which the house is named. Now, they were not in use during Lewis's time.
Are they still here?
No.
I didn't
they
see
would have
them.
been, no.
Okay.
No, none of this is here.
Just the house.
all these, if you see all these houses, there's a house here now, there's houses down the street.
Okay.
Yeah, so it doesn't look like his day. The common room. This is where he would have received guests, had tea, that type of thing. And none of this is original furniture. Okay, everything in 1973 when Major Warren Lewis died, everything was taken to an auction warehouse and sold off.
Okay.
So sofas put with hundreds of sofas, desks put with hundreds of desks.
So who knows where they are now?
Right. 2 people went over to the warehouse. One was Walter Hooper, who edits Lewis's letters, and he was living in Oxford at the time. He went over and got a few items. He got the desk that had been under this window, which was Lewis's mother's desk, and it's in Walter's home. He got a few other items that he just saw. I mean, one little desk was Lewis's childhood desk, and a little kid, the mother and child were carrying it out of the house. I mean, out of the warehouse, and he ran over and purchased it from them. Said, "Please, please, give me this." You know. He also phoned the people at the Wade collection. They had been collecting Lewis manuscripts. They sent someone over, and they purchased the wardrobe that was in the hallway here, which was carved by Lewis's grandfather and brought over from Belfast, Ireland. So, which is where Lewis was born.
Yes.
And so they've got that wardrobe. They've also got a desk out of one of the other rooms, and so you have a few little pieces of things here, there.
But for the most part,
It's gone.
Just a rendition of how things might have looked.
Right. Yeah. This
The
has
ration
been
book and things
restored
like
to
that.
reflect the 40s, 50s look, which is what the house was left in for the longest period of time. Now you get the World War II blackout curtains. These are Army
Big
issued
heavy wool. Yeah.
blankets to replicate that.
How nice! I wouldn't have, if it was just details, I wouldn't have known the difference.
So you see kind of the drab look of that era, which is what they wanted to represent, the parquet floors. People who purchased the house in the 70s renovated 70s style. So they put the shag carpeting down, think burnt orange.
Yeah.
They took out these lovely little windows. These are the original windows, but they had stored them in the attic. And they had put aluminum single pane windows in. They took all the fireplaces out. And covered them with false walls, took the chimneys off the roof because that was not in fashion. So all that had to be rebuilt.
Oh, okay. From
Yeah.
the 1970s house.
Yeah.
So somebody buy this house?
Yeah, somebody else bought it.
And then,
But not to keep it as a Lewis house, they just bought it.
Yeah.
and so they had to restore all. I like the wood floors.
Yeah, this is what your dad wants to get, right?
No?
He said he wants that parquet stuff.
Oh, I thought you meant like actually.
This is the dining room. Dining room is restored a little bit more to reflect joy. So you see the curtains. She put new curtains up. She deflected some of the money. That Lewis gave away all the royalties from his books. He gave away about 70% of his income.
We were just reading about that. Yeah.
And so, what are you reading?
Oh, it was just we went to the church and we
Oh,
bought like
right.
a little 10-cent
Oh,
pamphlet.
nice. Okay.
And then it was just talking about the earnings that he made from Narnia and his other works, his other popular works, and he would give away to charitable bodies
Yes.
or most of all of it. And his living conditions were rather austere and just
Yes, very, very, very. In fact, they, and you're talking World War II, all the leftover stuff that was rationing for quite a while after the war still. So,
Yeah.
They only kept, I think, about 2 fireplaces going in the house, even though they were in every room.
Goodness.
they probably weren't used to having a lavish lifestyle anyway. So
No,
it wasn't.
no, not at all.
It's not to our standards today.
Right. So you do see pictures like this one here where Lewis and Joy are leaning against that. What would be nice is, I guess you can't do the picture, but you could actually do right out
see
the
it
window
right out
there
there
because
where
that's
they're
where
sitting.
they leaned. Yeah.
Oh,
they leaned
very
right against it.
nice.
That is the same wall. It's still there.
It's beautiful. It's
Yeah.
so lovely. We
Yeah,
don't have
it's a
any
great
things like
house.
this in the States. These little.
No, as this is very traditional here. So, but if you see, he looks very ill in that picture, and he was. His health was not good. His health was not good. You know, he had a major rift with Tolkien during World War One.
Because
World
of
War
Joy,
II.
yeah.
A lot of because of Charles Williams, and
Kind of hijacked him.
right, and he believed heavily in the idea. This was after Charles Williams died, though. But when Joy came along, that you could pray and take on another person's illness,
Yeah.
and so. It's interesting there, as she was gaining bone from her bone cancer, he was actually losing bone. He was diagnosed with osteoporosis, so he looks very ill there. So, yeah. Here's some free things if you want, some booklets.
I
These
got one of
booklets
those
are
already.
beautiful. Do you have one?
Yeah. I wanna
get one for Dad.
Okay,
go
give one-
right
give
ahead.
one.
Yeah,
thank
because
you
they're
very
free.
much.
They send them to us, the Thompson Trust. And then this is on our study center, if you ever want to come live here.
I would love to.
That's how you do it. Good. So that'll have all the,
That's very nice.
yeah.
That's
We just
lovely.
appreciate it so much.
We do.
Yeah, it's the brother. C.S. Lewis did not type.
No, he did not.
He wrote with a dip pen.
Oh.
And I've talked with someone that actually studied his writing and has done some research on that. And Lewis felt that it hindered his creativity even to go to
Ballpoint. Or,
yeah, they wouldn't have had ballpoints. Would have been a cartridge pen or
Oh,
something
something like that, yes.
Yeah. But he liked the dip pens, and he said that pause every 6 or 7 words helped his creativity.
Oh.
But Major Warren Lewis learned to type in the military. He was a 2-finger typer.
Oh. As my dad is
Yeah.
now
Yeah.
still.
It's like a little laptop. You know?
It is.
He carried it with him on his journeys, and he helped Lewis answer his fan mail. Lewis got tons of fan mail.
I remember reading his letters to an American lady, and he said, "Do not write me in December. Just do not." Just because there's so many Christmas letters.
Right. Well, Warney says in this entry, we took an entry out of his diary, that he answered over 12,000 pieces of his brother's email and typed them up. And then he also typed up manuscripts of Lewis's. So, yeah, a lot done on that little typewriter. Okay, so don't look to the right. That's the room we're getting ready to totally cut apart and clean. There's my Skype. That's his bedroom right there.
Okay, we'll just pop in there
Okay,
quickly so
all right.
not to disrupt you.
Hello, Nathan. Hey, let me call you right back, okay? All right, I'll call you right back. Love you.
This is great.
Okay, we're done. We don't get confused. So
Okay.
would this be just typical, like to have a little bedroom and then a sitting room right outside the bedroom? And these
Well,
British
actually,
houses?
this room would have been Maureen's room.
Okay.
The daughter.
That was Mrs. Moore's room, and Lewis's bedroom was there. He shut and locked his door, sealed it for propriety's sake, built the stairs and that door on the
Yeah,
other
the
side,
store.
and he used the outside.
Oh, really? Okay, so
gentleman.
that's. I was wondering what the stairs on the facade of the house were to come
Right.
up, and that's what
Right.
he did.
Then
Okay.
this room, when Maureen, after she got married during World War II, became the children's room. So this is where the 4 children. You see, it's large. Oh, please don't take a picture when it's not. It's not that one's. I mean, it's not in show order when we
Yeah,
need
yeah,
beds
yeah.
and stuff. And here's something you will want to take a picture of. This does not represent this house, but it represents Little Lee, their childhood home in Belfast, where they used to sit in the little end room.
There's
in
the
attic.
little tin that he made the
Yes.
But he did what?
He said that was one of his first experiences of
joy.
sensucht, of joy.
Yeah.
Awesome. Great. That's a treat.
Okay, I thought you'd like.